Today was a big day. A little bit too cold still. Summit Hill's not open. I don't know what's going on in some places, so just been hitting the range a lot, and today was a big day. Today we made some serious progress with the driver, which if you watched last season, you know, the recordings that I put out, I had a lot of inconsistencies with it. I made some really big steps today. I think I cracked the code. I hate to say it, because I'm sure in next video I'm gonna be like, I hate the driver, I'm selling it again. But it's been a long road, very frustrating for years. Like even before, you know, I quit and came back 10 years ago when I was golfing, could never hit the driver well. I never got any distance with it. I never hit it straight. I've been trying to learn how to draw the ball with the driver. I know it sounds absurd considering how often I fade it or slice it, but I think we're getting there. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. Before I got there today, I was thinking this might be the last day that I ever use this driver. I was thinking of buying like a 3-wood, a strong 3-wood or something like that, and just hitting that instead. My big problem is that the drives are so different. The swings are so different than if you're hitting an iron. And I have a lot of trouble keeping those two swings straight. But it's just gonna be raw footage. I'm more interested in looking at this myself than letting anybody else. I'm not trying to be entertaining in this one. This is a big deal, honestly. Really big deal for me. I think it's a huge step towards the goal here, and that is to get good enough to say, like, you know, I'm a good golfer. And the big thing was driver. Completely almost felt like irrelevant. Most days I'd golf to the point where I should not even consider hitting it. Oftentimes I hit my hybrid farther, but I think we're finally getting where we want to be with this. It was like 27 degrees when I left my house, by the way, so I'm out here dedicated. Let's hope it continues. Hopefully weather's going to be nice. Maybe my uncle did text me last week. He said if it's nice on Thursday we might golf together, so maybe we'll have our first round on the spreadsheet. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't talked to him since, so let's get right to it. Taking it more to the way in the inside and keeping it low. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's way better. Light fade at the end. off too. Problem is, I still can't figure out where I'm aiming. Looks like that, yeah. The head is not where I'm aiming. Let's hit it way left. Still ends up right. Straighter. thought, but it's fine. It's going straight. Gotta start putting these in my right pocket. Not really curving at all, but still going to the right of the target a bit, and I'm still hitting it off the heel a lot. But it's a lot better than it was. That is for sure. Shouldn't be bothering with that. I think the trick is to just turn the face over more. Wish I could hit it further. A little bit off the outside of the club as well. That's good. It's a good miss. Very good. Back to being inside, but it's more consistent. Way better overall. So hands lower, big thing, keeping the hands lower, keeping the club lower, and then picking it through. One more here, then we gotta get more. And it's starting to get nice out. So not as wide of a stance now. I think we'll take slightly less wide stance. Try to get a little bit more balance through. Still try to lean. That's dead straight, but it's way too low off the face. I don't know why doing this changes so much. Okay, we're gonna hit some 7 irons. I haven't been hitting it great today. Irons. I think a lot of the driver changes we're making is bleeding over into the irons, but so for the driver we want our stance wider, or no, less wide, but for the irons I'm going to do a little bit wider than normal. Try to keep it in the center, still keep the hands low, still slight turn of the hips to be open stance, closed club, try to promote a draw, and then we just got to make sure we get the hip turned. That's a lot of trouble today because it's so cold. I guess I'm having a lot of trouble turning. So just hitting a few of these to try to make sure that we could shift back to the driver quickly. That's all we want. And then it's a couple of drives. So stance not as wide, or no, stance wider for the irons than the usual. It's keeping a very narrow stance last year. We're going to change that. Promote the draw as much as we can. And make sure we turn the hips. Very fat though, I don't know what's going on with this today, but that would be a perfect swing. A little fat, but that's fine. Some more drive. And the goal is just to switch off the driver enough, because I have a lot of trouble keeping the swings kind of where they should be with the different clubs. So we want to do drive like if it was playing a hole, you know, like we hadn't hit a drive in 10-15 minutes, probably longer than that. So we want to get back to it. So it's wider stance than less narrower stance, keeping everything very low. That's our goal. It's almost like if we could hit the ball like this, that would be how we want to hit it. Very straight. Make sure we get the full shot here. Balls left. So again, more narrow stance than I used to take. Hands low, make sure we're the right distance apart. That's the problem. That's why I think I hit it on the inside so much. Too close to the ball. And that's a big problem between the irons and the driver. I can't get the right distance there. Keep everything very low, the swing very low. That's great. Way too low off the face. I'm probably trying to keep it too low. My hand's too low and it's causing me to bend over too much. I had a monitor, but it looks like a draw to me. Okay, one more drive. Still hitting it too low in the face, but let's heat up a bit higher. Yeah, spray pattern. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but way better. The fact that we actually have marks on the outside of this club there is so nice. Okay, so again, less wide stance, hands low. Let's take a practice swing. It's still kind of keeping the, I think it's still, spine tilt is still important, even though we're not doing the stuff we're used to. I think it's still important to try to launch the driver. Not too much spine tilt though. And then keeping the hands low, ripping through. Pretend we're doing a par 3 or something. Okay, so for the iron, slightly wider stance than normal than we used to. Really keep the shoulders, left side of the body in one piece. Better to hit it high off the face than low. And again, slightly narrower stance than normal. Keep everything low to the ground. Really good. Still had it on the inside, but dead straight, and I'm telling you, that's drawn. Definitely. That's really good. I wish that I could see where it's landing. I can't see where it's landing. Okay, last one. Here we go. Further away this time, because if I'm hitting on the inside, it's because I'm too close. Bit pushed, but I think I'm just aiming that way. Problem is when I turn my hips, it does impact the direction of the club, so I just have to prepare for that. Start more open, so when I do turn, it's closed. So one more. Punch a bunch of my backwards. Bad ball in here. Max fly, your sacrifice. Okay. So again, narrow stance. We adjust for the direction. We want to hit it past the pole, that's our goal. There's like this flat area out there, we're aiming to land in there. That should do it. Oh god, that is so good. Oh man. I've never hit the driver well in my whole life. Feels very good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.